your day going?
Doing good,
Doing all
man.
right?
Yeah,
Alright.
ready for these picks. Ready for the Cowboys game this Sunday. What time we play at 3:05, I believe, right?
Yeah, we have the latest game in the 3 o'clock schedule this
Okay.
week.
Yeah. Hopefully we get this win this weekend, man.
It's gonna be a good one, man.
And Lambeau's supposed to be 34 degrees. It's gonna be a cold game.
I like that. I like that though. We don't have to play like maybe in January. Like I'm happy for that because
Yeah.
January would have been crazy. That would have been called the frozen tundra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good on that. And that's what Des Bryant. Remember all that stuff? Like
Yeah.
man, it gets cold and you drop the ball and
He
you
caught
have to
the
run
ball,
the
though.
rock
Des Bryant caught that ball.
all day. X boys, man.
Yeah.
You know what, man? That would have been crazy, gnarly as heck, bro. If we would have just made it past that game. Oh my god. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? Everything happens for a reason, boss.
It is what it is, man. You know how it go, man.
But yeah, guys, welcome to another episode. This is Jew. My name is Cheech. And today we're gonna do pick'ems. Jew. Now, Julian. First of all, how's everything going? Doing all right?
Yeah, everything's good, man. You know, just doing my thing. I'm worried about this weekend because I got in fantasy. I don't know if Josh Allen's gonna play or not, but I should be good without him. With or without him. What about you?
I got him as well. I'm doing great, man. I'm actually, pretty happy. It's Friday. Picking up my little boy later.
Yeah.
Playing some basketball, and he has basketball this weekend. So I'm busy during the weekends now. But hey, football is always here, baby.
Good luck
boy.
to your boy this weekend.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
hope he goes crazy, man. Tell him, be aggressive. Get them
Man,
rebounds.
he's gnarly, man. I tell you what, I'm really
Yeah.
happy and proud of him. You see how big he is. That boy almost
Yeah.
sizes you, man. He's 10 years old.
Sure.
But yeah, man, let's get started here. I want to make sure that you get every point across today because these pick'ems are gonna be gnarly as heck. I see a lot of upsets this weekend.
Yeah, I see a lot of upsets coming too.
Yeah. So you want to get started? See what Atlanta, and
Yeah.
Carolina obviously played last night, and then we have Seattle and Tampa and Germany and Munich this weekend. So what do you think, my man?
For the first game, Seattle versus Tampa, I got Seattle because they're playing hot. I just think they're gonna come out hot. Tampa Bay's kind of struggling. Their defense is kind of hurt right now. But I got Seattle on that one. I think the key player of that game would be Kenneth Walker, key player of the game.
K9, yeah.
How about you?
Hey man, as much as we spoke about Seattle, I just feel like Tampa's gonna be on a hot streak starting tomorrow. Well, obviously starting from the win last week. So I see Tampa taking away this win. I say like pretty much an even game to the last possession, and I see Tom Brady as winning this game, coming in clutch, and this is gonna be one of the hardest games too this weekend.
Yeah.
So I say about 28-24 maybe, either or, but I see Bucks pulling this away. Yeah, man.
I can definitely see that happening. Close game. Yeah, it's not really a home game advantage for anybody. So
No,
it's in Germany.
it's in Germany, so it's whoever comes out with the game plan, right? Anyway, how do you feel? Actually, I know we don't spoke about this real quick. Just one quick note. What about Tampa's running game? What's going on with them? Actually, I had a big question about that. I was gonna ask you.
They're doing okay. I mean, their center is out for the season. I think there's another offensive lineman out. I think for them two starting. I think Leonard Fournette's doing this thing, but not like last year.
Yeah, do you think Rashad White should get more of a chance, or because he looked like he was doing okay last week?
Yeah, I think Rashad White should definitely get more chances in the passing game for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. You wanna go ahead next game?
Minnesota versus Buffalo.
Minnesota versus Buffalo.
Two of the top teams in the NFC and the AFC. I got Buffalo for sure, but if Josh Allen plays, because Minnesota even struggled against the Commanders last week. But if Josh Allen's out, then I'll give the slight edge to the Minnesota Vikings.
You see that right here? I had them both circled. I couldn't really pick a team because I don't know Josh Allen's status. So we're gonna go like you said. Josh Allen plays. I see him still being a conservative quarterback this week, but I still see him pulling in with the win. The Vikings are bound to lose. I mean, they're 7-1, and this team has been holding on for dear life, and everything's been between field goal and a touchdown games though, right? Or no? So yeah, man, I just see the Vikings. They're really good with the RPO. I mean, Cousins, he fakes people left and right. He'll do both sides. And coaches don't like that. Like when you fake the ball, he do both sides in one play. So he's really dangerous with Justin Jefferson's and his tight ends now and the other running game. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I got the Bills with the win here. If they don't have their quarterback though, I like the Vikings. It's just one of those things.
I like the Vikings if they don't have Josh Allen as well. What do you think about the next game? Detroit Lions versus Chicago. I know you like the Chicago's right now. You like how they're running the ball, and
Yeah, I gotta give it up to them, man. I see them being a great team next year. I see them. They're a receiver, a center, and a couple defenders away from having a decent team.
Yeah.
Justin Fields. He's doing what nobody else is doing, and what nobody else is giving him credit. So I just tell him, hey man, keep your head down and keep on working. I know you were a little bit maybe on the Lions side, but especially from last week. But you know what? I just believe in these Bears, man. I believe in these Bears,
Yeah.
and from now on, going to the next season and just keeping up this mojo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you on that with Justin Fields. I think he's gonna be great next season. He's doing great right now. Like his rushing yards he can run the ball really good. Just give him a couple receivers. I mean, Claypool is decent, but like give him a dude like DeAndre Hopkins or do like
Imagine.
a Tyreek Hill type player. You know, they need to do good in the draft. They got like 12 picks I think in the draft this year. So
Man, they're like
they're gonna
Houston,
improve.
right?
Yeah, they're gonna improve for sure next year. But I got the Detroit Lions on the upset. I think they're gonna
They're
play good.
upset. I thought they were favored this week.
No, the Bears were favorite.
Oh goodness!
It's at Chicago.
I know, but I saw like the Lions were like -1 to open up the game or something like that like on Monday or Tuesday. But you know what? That's why we never bet like early in the
Yeah.
games, right? We just bet the days of. But yeah, man, I have the Bears. What was the score again for you? I apologize. Jude.
For the Detroit Lions, Chicago.
Yeah.
I got it as a close game. I think Detroit will probably win by like a field goal or a touchdown.
Mhm.
But I'm only got a definite score, maybe like 24-31.
Yeah, and like guys, the scores are just what we think. Not really what you should bet at the moment. Unless you want to do some research yourselves. To each his own. That's a disclaimer, real quick. We just want you guys to bet appropriately and according to your your pocket. Yeah, man. I honestly have the same score, but the Bears. Just how we did last week, but
Yeah.
I like the Bears this week, boss. Yeah, we can go on to the next game. I see the Jacksonville Jaguars here versus at Kansas City, man.
Mhm.
What do you like? I see a high-scoring game here, man.
I see the Kansas City Chiefs winning, very comfortable. But I mean, you can never sleep on Jacksonville Jaguar. You never know how they're gonna play. They're one of those teams where they can come out hot, and Travis Etienne he can come out hot, and they got Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, he's a good quarterback in my opinion. He's got to give him some time, and I got the Chiefs winning though.
And they have like 3 receivers. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, how do you have like 3? Like you got 2 number 2s and 1 number 1. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe 2 number 2s and 1 number 1. But like they have Marvin Jones Jr. They have Jones.
Zay Jones, yeah.
And they have obviously
Kirk.
Christian Kirk. I mean, like that's awesome, man. And you got rid of one of your best running backs, and then now you have your number 1 running back. So that's no question right there. As a running back, as any player, you always like, oh man, the guy behind me, and Etienne doesn't have to worry about that
Yeah.
anymore. So yeah, man, we said Chiefs last week comfortably, and you know what happened. But the Titans are not the Jags, right? So I see this game maybe 33-24. Chiefs.
Yeah, I can see that definitely. About the next game, Cleveland versus Miami. I got my boy Tua in that. I think Tua gonna
Touche.
go crazy. I think Tua gonna go crazy. But you can never sleep on
Gnarly.
Denzel Ward, and they got some good corners over there in Cleveland for sure. They got good like secondary, I believe, and they got some defensive players, obviously. They still got Clowney, don't they? Miles Garrett, they got Clowney as
So
well.
I'm not sure. Like that's one player that's been out, right? If I'm not mistaken. And
Javon
Clowney, I
Clowney?
thought was on the block to trade and stuff. So let me do my research. If you want to speak a little more about that.
Yeah,
can
I think the Dolphins will definitely win. I mean, Miles Garrett will do his thing, but Dolphins will win comfortably. They got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. I mean, they got a good running game going with Jeff Wilson and Mostert. I think they'll win comfortably. I don't plan on it to be a close game at all. You never know. It's the NFL. They're all professionals. Anything can happen.
Touche, man. And I see that Clowney here is with the Browns.
He's
He
hurt
was
right
hurt. So I'm not sure why they're saying he's expected to return soon, but that was like a while ago. So I'm sure he's out there. He's out there playing. That's one player that I haven't paid attention to. He was on the trade block though, like I said, and the Cowboys were thinking about looking at him. Not going in that route, but he was one of those along with Woolen and the Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I see this game. Oh man, it's gonna be a decent game. I see it. I gotta go with the Dolphins. They just have that dark horse. That's my dark horse, right? I know we talked about how they have a decent team, but they're just a dark horse to me still. They haven't won anything to prove it to us, so they're still a dark horse, even though they have great players. So yeah, I have the Dolphins there winning about 28-21.
Next game, Houston versus the Giants, New York Giants. I hope Houston wins. I really hope they have a great game. I'm rooting for y'all because I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously, but I see the Giants winning this. You know what I'm saying?
I see the Giants winning this, and I know where you're going with this, and that's why I started smirking because we're Cowboy fans once again. But like the NFC East is just unstoppable right now. That's just my opinion. Just like the AFC, what is it? The AFC West or the AFC East? I'm not sure. Let me get my thoughts together on that. But I just see, man. I want the Texans to win so bad, but you know they'll be dismantled in the second half by this team.
Yeah.
I see the Giants running the ball and just scoring. Saquon and Daniel Jones. I see Daniel Jones maybe doing 60, 70 yards rushing. That's
I
in my
definitely see
opinion.
that. He's a good rushing quarterback. He slept on for rushing quarterback. As a rushing quarterback,
He's decent. But I could still see a possible upset. I even wrote this down. Like that's why I was like taking. I was like, man, you want it, you want it. Now. Yeah, I just see that. I don't want the Giants to win though. They're 6-2, man. I can't. I don't want them to win, but I just see them winning. On to the next game. I have New Orleans at Pittsburgh. Now I like Saints. I like the Saints this game, but it could be a toss-up to any game just because of the record, the players they lost, the players that are hurt, the players that are on the field, the plays they play. I mean, Saints never lose games without putting their hard work days in. You know what I mean? So I see the Saints coming up with an upset on the road. And I see the score potentially being, I want to say about 27-24.
Yeah, I got the New Orleans Saints as well. I mean, Pittsburgh's not playing a good ball right now, but they got some good. I mean, trading Claypool might open up some better things for the offense. I feel like. I mean, with Deontay Johnson and George Pickens.
Yeah, but don't sleep on him.
Possible rookie of the year. Possible, but I don't see it happening. And yeah, I mean, they're a good team and all, but they just need more on defense. Is TJ Watt coming back soon or what?
So TJ Watt, I thought TJ Watt was out till potentially like playoff time, but I mean, I know he was pretty down when he was hurt, but I'm not sure when he's coming back. Like once again, like we'll go into the injuries and stuff later on in some other videos.
I know it's supposed to come back very soon, like I think in a couple of weeks. But if TJ Watt was playing, I'll give it to the Steelers. He changes the whole entire.
And it's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's expected to return against the Saints. But like in my opinion, like if you have nothing to play for, would you consider playing him, or is that like one of those things like, hey, you still want to play him and keep him hot for next year?
I still give it to the Saints right now, for sure.
But if you were the Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, would you play TJ Watt?
Yeah, that's all I know. I know what you're saying, but yeah, I would definitely play him. I mean, you pay him all that money, so
True.
You could maybe turn around the season. No, that's 2-6. There's a lot of games left, but I don't know.
There's a lot of games left. You're right. Yeah. You can't be giving up yet. You never know if you go 4-win streak, 5-win streak. You never know. You're right. Just thought I'd throw it out there for the fans too, in case you guys have any questions or any comments towards these. Just leave it in the comment box, and we'd be more happy to come back to you and get to answer you guys' questions. Excuse me, Julian. Do you have any other questions, or you want to go to the next game, or?
We go to the next game. Denver versus Tennessee. It's at Tennessee. I got Tennessee, but I can see an upset happening as well. I feel like Russell will have a bounce back after half of the season, halfway through the season. I can definitely see that, but I got Tennessee Titans winning. Ryan Tannehill is expected to come back. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a great game, but you can never sleep on Denver Broncos defense because they play very well too. So I don't know about that, but I get Tennessee Titans.
Dude, that's a good take because I had the Broncos maybe potentially doing an upset in this. I mean, they just had a horrible past weeks, man. They're not on sync. They need to get their thing together. I mean, if they don't win this game, you could pretty much write them off. You know what I mean? Because they're in a different conference, which is a lot harder to come out of instead of the New Orleans, conference or the AFC East, right? The AFC East, I apologize. The NFC South, I apologize, guys, were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Panthers, because I was looking at those records yesterday, and everybody's like 4-5, right? Almost. Oh man, and with Denver and their people and their teams, you can't beat 3-5 and all that stuff. You can't. You can't. And so I have here, I have here taking the Tennessee Titans, guys. I have them taking 27-24 as well, and I have the Titans winning. Such a close game, I think. It's going to be a tough game. If the Broncos were playing anybody else, they would probably be winning this weekend just because of the emergency they need and to just get a win this week. But hey, I don't see them being one of the best teams in the league, which is the Titans when they could run the rock. And you saw what Malik did last week.
Yeah, Malik Willis.
Mhm.
He's pretty good, man. But I think Ryan Tannehill's returning, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, they say he's gonna return this week. So
Mhm.
offense might be look a little different. They're gonna go run heavy, so that's why I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a even
Did you
better
trust
game.
Ryan Tannehill in the playoffs? That was one of the questions I was going to ask you later on too.
Honestly, I don't.
Okay.
I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. They shouldn't. Man, they paid Ryan Tannehill before they paid Derrick Henry. That's where they really messed up.
Oh
That
man,
was-
you're
he-
right.
He got that one win against Baltimore Ravens, remember? They paid him like he was a superstar. Like I don't
That
know.
tells you everything almost, you know.
I don't get that, but I mean,
To each his own. To each team his
Yeah.
own.
that's them.
That's them. Shoot, if the Cowboys were to do that, it's like, oh, you're gonna put Cooper Rush in there? Like,
Yeah.
it's like saying that kind of. It reminds me of that kind of player. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm not saying Cooper Rush is not good or anything, or he's super bad. No. He went 4-1. You know what I mean? He's decent, man. But I mean, compared to our starting quarterback, nah. Julian, I see Indiana at Las Vegas. I know you like to be in Las Vegas, like. Oh man, they've been winning, but they've been losing, and you can't trust them. But can you trust the Indianapolis Colts?
This game is very messy. It's like I don't even know who to pick. It's like I'm gonna flip a coin real quick, you know, flip a coin. Cause they said that the Raiders are trying to tank. That's what they're saying right now. They put Darren Waller on IR. They put Hunter Renfrow on IR. They dropped a first round safety they just got, Ingram. They dropped him.
Yeah, they dropped him, and they said that he was like, I'm like, I never even heard him in a trade block or anything.
Yeah.
Supposedly, like he was like hidden. They were not like trying to make it a big deal. And you said who else, boss? Like you said,
Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller.
Darren Waller was on Green Bay's radar, and they were trying to do everything and anything to get him this past beginning of the season and during the trade block. So like Vegas was not trying to give him up at all. So like, man,
I don't know what's going on
it's
with
sloppy,
that.
man. I don't know who.
But
to choose
Indiana
here.
though, they're on the same type of stuff. You feel me? They got Ellinger starting. They gave up on Matt Ryan. They're not even trying to win no more. So it's like,
You got a new coach though.
yeah, it might motivate him a little bit. I'm gonna give it to the Colts slightly.
Slightly to the Colts.
Yeah.
I agree with you here as well. Excuse me. I agree with you that the Colts will play a great game.
Yeah.
But I feel like Las Vegas, they're like the Vikings, but in the opposite end, right?
Yeah.
They're taking the losses instead of the wins. Like they've been so many close games, but they're taking the L's instead of the W's, guys. I gotta take Las Vegas this week. I feel like this week is redemption for a lot of teams that have lost, and a lot of teams that they thought they were gonna be good, like Vegas, Green Bay. So I see Vegas winning this game, but barely, 23-22 type of game, 23-21. Okay.
I can see it.
And I have the Raiders here. The Raiders, and so we should be. The Raiders should be fine, but it's a hard game to tell. You don't know without their quarterbacks, without running backs, and then the Colts got Jeff Saturday, who was their players from 2003 to like 2012, 2013. I'm not quite sure, around the area with Peyton Manning. So he won a Super Bowl and everything. So he's a winning player. So I still have the Raiders at home.
Yeah. You got the Raiders?
I do have the Raiders at home.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I had to bite my tongue a little bit.
I kind of lean towards the Raiders, but I mean, I got the Colts slightly. But I go with the Colts. You know, I'll take a chance on them. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is, boss. And I tell you what, bro. Look, if the Ravens, oh my gosh, why am I saying the wrong names? I apologize. If the Raiders get on top of this win and have consistently wins for the next couple of weeks, they'll be back on like the talking and saying, okay, maybe this season is not their season, but next season it will.
The talent's definitely there, though.
It's there.
It's there. The talent's there. I don't know if it's coaching or they said the GM's making wrong moves, and I don't know what's going on over there, but you know, it is what it is.
Also, guys, I'm rocking my my Veterans Day, hoodie. You know what I mean. Shout out to all you vets out there. Julian always representing too as well. Any guys, leave likes, subs, and comments out here. We're just building one video at a time. Please give us some input on what we could do better as well. So before that, my man, we're at the Cowboys game at Green Bay. Let's give us a couple minutes to talk about this, my man. What you got on there?
I got the Cowboys for sure. We're playing very well right now. Like you said, we dark horse. Keep sleeping on us. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep sleeping on us. We should definitely only have one loss right now to the Buccaneers. And the Eagles game was just cause we were missing Dak. You know what I'm saying? We just I don't know. We were just missing Dak. Cooper Rush couldn't step up at the moment. I think Cowboys for sure. I think we're gonna win. Probably like 28 to 14 or 28-17.
Oh, okay. Man, okay. You kind of impressed me saying that because I thought maybe I'm giving the Packers a little more leeway to here, saying maybe they might score 21, 24 points. But you're saying they're not gonna score that many. So you're
17 at the
you're
most.
staying consistent with everything's going on with the Packers. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of teams that are actually gonna do something better. And maybe, man, I give them 21, 24 points. You making me think like maybe I should just give them like 13, 14 points. This Cowboys defense is nothing to sneeze about, guys. I mean, I'm talking about like Micah all day, and Trevon Diggs, right? And how they make this defense way better. They just make this overall team better. And like you need to learn how to travel, right? And like I said once before, the Cowboys, they travel. The Cowboys fan base, they travel. And if for being a beautiful day here in Midwest, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's gonna be okay. It's not like when it's frozen, guys, like the tundra and it's windy and just cold. Yeah. So I see the Cowboys running away with this, maybe 28-17. 28-17.
Yeah, 28-17. That's a good score. I feel like we're not gonna score that much, but we're gonna score just enough to win and comfortably. I feel like, and yeah, I feel like they might score like 17 points.
What do you think is gonna be the biggest thing that us as Cowboy fans and as the Cowboy players, what they need to do to come out with this win?
We just need to, shut down the run. That's the only thing we need to do. Shut down the run.
And has the run been there? This whole year for the Green Bay Packers, has it been there?
It hasn't been there, but we haven't been there shutting down the run. That's the only thing on our defense is we haven't shut down the run. And if we can shut down the run, figure out a way to shut down the run, we're even more of a dangerous team. Man, you're so on the money because besides San Francisco, Green Bay is the only team that has been giving us problems, right? Mm-hmm. We have not beat I think Dak has been the only Cowboy quarterback since Aaron Rodgers' era that has won one game or two games there or something like that. Other than that, Tony Romo never won. Man, we could just go down the list. But I see this game well in between the teams. And one more thing before we move on, guys. Ezekiel Elliott, what do you have to say about that? Because we have a podcast, we have an episode talking about that as well. So I want to get his take on this. Zeke's still there,
He's day by day, so
he's day by day right now. But yeah, if you want to play him, he can play. He's a tough player. He'll still get his touches. You know what I'm saying? Tony Pollard, he'll still get his touches. Just keep it like that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You feel me? Like, You know what I'm saying? Keep doing the same thing we've been doing. Just keep them both in there. You know what I'm saying? Zeke's the power back, and Tony Pollard's the explosive player. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just keep it like that. Keep it the same.
Mm-hmm. So like just one more input because of Zeke, and then we'll move on to the next game. Ezekiel Elliott could potentially remember what happened last year, and he came out after the playoffs were over and everything. Oh, I was hurt. I was this. I'm like, bro, why are you playing then? If you're hurt, why are you playing like that? If you have a PCL tear or whatever you have, why are you playing? So right now we don't know what's going on. Let's say it could be a tear a couple weeks ago. You saw last week, Tony Pollard ran the ball. 2 weeks ago, Tony ran the ball great. Should we just let Tony play and wait till Ezekiel actually is better because then we could use him in the playoffs? Because I prefer that as a fan.
Yeah, that's very smart. I think you can do that as well. Or just use Zeke for certain plays. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say there's 3rd and 1, that's Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Say you only plays 10, 15 snaps. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, that's Zeke. You get to Zeke, you know what I'm saying? He wants to play, you know what I'm saying? Zeke, he loves to play football.
Loves to play football.
He's not going to try to sit out any game. He tried to play against the Bears. 2 weeks
and they had to sit him out, yeah.
You got to sit out.
He's only missed 2 games in his whole entire career. Other than that, it's just been some stupid suspensions.
He's the toughest running back in the league. I don't care what the stats say. He's the toughest running back in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I just feel like the media sometimes, and that's us as well too. People that have an opinion. You could say they're the media as well. I just think like Ezekiel Elliott just listened too much to what people were talking, but he never really let it bother him. But I can see how it kind of bothers him now.
Right.
But yeah, man, he got the contract, he got everything, he can negotiate anything. I just feel do what's the best for Zeke and the team. Okay, right. I don't want him hurt, and then why we paying so much money and all this and that. After the games are over. No, let's speak about that now, or let's just let him not play or play. But it's up to Zeke. You know what I mean? Right. Up to Zeke and the doctors, not just because you got to save the player from himself sometimes, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Let's move on to the next game, my man. So I got here.
Arizona versus the Rams.
Mhm.
Is at LA SoFi
Yes, sir.
Stadium. I got the. I want to say the Rams, but I feel like the Cardinals are going. They said Kyler Murray's a game time decision.
Yes.
But I got the game. I got the Rams actually. Give me the Rams because I feel like they're gonna play good defense. Aaron Darnold, Jalen Ramsey. I feel like the offense is gonna bounce back. They're gonna do their thing. You never
Both
know.
of these teams need to win, right?
They both need a win. But I got the Rams for sure.
Rams. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Cooper Cup.
Cooper Cup, man. But DeAndre Hopkins is nothing to sneeze about either, right?
Yeah,
He's,
DeAndre Hopkins.
he's been one of the best receivers besides last week in the
They
league.
got Zach Ertz and they got
Exactly.
Rondale Moore.
What about that running game? Like, what's going on? Like, Connor, I mean, he's decent, but like, what's going on with him? Like, I mean, I like the Cardinals, but both of these teams are not something that I look at and see anything positive coming out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That NFC West was something to look up
I got
to.
I think that Jalen Ramsey's gonna have a good game against DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like Hopkins will still score a touchdown or maybe get it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I
you're
feel
right.
like Jalen Ramsey gonna do his thing.
They haven't thrown it inside a lot all this year. You don't hear his name, but as a defender, sometimes it's good not to even hear your name because that means you're doing your job. You know, if you're a defender, you get called out. It better be because of sacks, or you're gonna get called out because you're doing such a crappy job and they expect more from you. So yeah, I like the Cardinals here, but if Kyler Murray's out, no way in heaven do I have the Cardinals. I like the Rams. So it all depends. It all comes to a game time decision. So. Yeah, if Kyler's out, I don't like the Cards. But if Kyler is playing, I like the Cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, LA is good at home, so that is a conference game though. So like, I mean, it's one of those games that is iffy. It's a tough game to how do you say to even give you an explanation or to give you the score. You know. So I have the next game here, balls, as the Chargers versus the Niners at the Niners.
I got the Niners for sure. You know what I'm saying, with Christian McCaffrey. Sunday Night Football. I think he's going to do his thing. Not just Christian McCaffrey, but even before Christian McCaffrey, they had Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, that Jennings dude, Juwan Jennings. He even he's a good, he reminds me like a Cedric Wilson for us last year. Juwan Jennings. I think they got a good offense going.
Yeah, Jennings is pretty decent.
And they always be slandering Jimmy G, but I think Jimmy G's a good quarterback.
Bro, what did we say last week?
I think Jimmy G's a good quarterback, honestly, for real. He really is. I mean, he struggles in the playoffs, and he's not like elite, but you know what I'm saying. He can win you games. That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need. And
I got the 49ers for sure, and yeah, I think they're gonna win. What about you?
I mean, do you feel like do you feel like that because of like all the hurt players that are the receivers that are for the
also
Chargers?
are hurt. I forgot to explain that to y'all.
No, you're fine.
Chargers are hurt. Keenan Allen's out, and Mike Williams are out too as well.
I mean, they're two number ones. When you talk about two number ones, those are two number ones.
All right. Yeah.
Excuse me. So I have the Chargers here as an upset still.
Yeah,
I know Atlanta gave them a tough, they gave them a bang for the buck, but I still have the Chargers still coming out with a win. But it wouldn't surprise me if the San Francisco 49ers won either. Like, you know what I mean? I guess more or less I'm rooting for the Chargers here because I want the Niners to lose in case we play them and face them in the playoffs or something like that, where we have to, or just prevent them one game behind. But I still have the Chargers upset alert here for 24-23. But you're totally right, man, about the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. He doesn't get enough credit. He has never gotten enough credit from them. It's almost disrespectful to me. Because when you have a winning quarterback, he is a winner, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's won more games than a lot of these damn quarterbacks that are in this damn thing. And he has a Super Bowl appearance.
And he went to the NFC
championship a couple times.
He won y'all games,
I mean, bro, like the Cowboys, we're Cowboy fans, and our team hasn't even gone to the NFC Championship in years, and decades, in all your life.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. We need to stop talking crap. Let's give the dude some credit here. Our last game here. Commanders at the Eagles. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be tougher than people think.
I'm a Cowboys fan, but let's go Commanders, man.
Oh, me. That's what I was saying, bro.
Let's go Commanders.
I told you.
Me.
Man, I have Commanders here, bro. Upset alert too. So you can tell the fans, man. I'm right here. You can tell. 31-28. It's gonna be a high-scoring game. I want Tyler Heineke to go off. I picked him up because Josh Allen's hurt in my fantasy. So I need the Commanders to go off and to level this damn division because the Eagles need a loss before we face the Eagles later on, or else we're not gonna catch up to them. So I feel like the Eagles, they're compatible. But I feel like the whole NFC is. You know what I mean? I feel like they're decent. That's why I want the Giants to lose. I just need them a game behind us, 2 games behind us. You know what I mean? I can't have them too close behind us. You know. So I want the Commanders here to win, but I don't know if they will. But let's keep faith, right? So go ahead, my man. What do you think?
Yeah, I got Philly winning the game, but I really hope there is a upset. I mean, I got Philly winning. I mean, they're hot right now. Obviously, they're 8-0, only team in the NFL that's undefeated. But I mean, you seen what happened last week against Houston? They're beatable. And shit, we have Dak Prescott in that game versus us. I'm gonna keep bringing that up, hate me or not. But we're gonna beat them. We can beat them with Dak Prescott for sure. I mean, they're not a juggernaut, but they're a good team. You know, they got a little system going. They got a good defense. They got a good offense going. But I can definitely see an upset. But for now, I got the Eagles until Washington can show me they could beat them. But I mean, I don't really see it happening. But I mean, hey, I hope so.
Bro, like, I feel like, to piggyback on that, like, I see Dak as, like, Jimmy Garoppolo, like, we were just talking about it, right? I see Dak like that this year, taking our team to maybe to an NFC Championship. And, like, even if we don't, like, of course I want my Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, right? But we need Dak to control the game, and he will. So whenever we do play the Eagles, he will be controlling the game, and I think he will win either one out of 2 or 2 out of 2. And he definitely won the last game versus the Eagles. So like I feel like the Eagles are gonna come down to earth a little bit more, you know, when they play division rivals. And I feel like Commanders are about to take this W this time. And I honestly do see the Commanders running away with this. Not easily at all, but I see a 31-28 game or 31-30 game, whatever it is.
Heineke is a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean by a dog? Not just a dog. People say dog. He's a dog. Like he'll dog fight that shit to the end. Like he's a go getter, man. That's why I rather play against Carson Wentz for Heineke any day. Like I don't care about the talent. I'm talking about just a dog.
You can throw the ball, man.
This type of dude that'll carry your team, and other people see that energy. Like, damn, this dude's like putting his all into this shit, blood, sweat, and tears. I want to go hard, like he's going hard, you know. And the whole team got that energy, you know. He brings that energy. That's why I was like, they should have been started Heineke over Carson Wentz.
Dude, you're not wrong, man.
But hey,
what do you think? Coaches, what do you think about the defense in this game?
Talking about the Eagles or both?
Both.
I think the Eagles defense is definitely pretty good. I let their secondary is pretty good for sure. They got Bradbury and big play Slay. I like that. That's probably like the best one of the best duos in the league. One of the best. Either that or Sauce Gardner or DJ Reed. But
that's true. Sauce and them. They're rookie. He's a rookie though, so that it's like a Trayvon Diggs. You know what I mean? I brought up defense because I feel like the NFC East is not given that opportunity to express their defense because people think we're just a pass heavy, scoring heavy, you know, division. I see that the NFC East is so well rounded, and I feel like people are not giving them enough credit. We have probably about 23 wins, 26 wins and like 10 losses overall with the 4 teams together. I mean, that's pretty darn good. The AFC East is good as well with the Patriots as the worst team in their division with Miami, Bills, and all them. And I see them as like them, you know, like they're great. They're a great division along with ours. And I feel like the defense is not given enough credit for each team. So I brought that up just because energy is something that can be given and taken away from you, but it's never disappeared. It's always going. It's always going constant. And I feel like the Cowboys overall, they have the best energy in the whole division. And I feel like the Eagles have a great energy, but they're going to come back to earth, okay? They're going to come back to earth, and we will be fighting for that number 1 spot, but we have to get this win this weekend, and we need the Eagles to at least lose this weekend to a division rival in order for us to at least get a comfortable, a comfortable view going in the game and perspective. We have 2 games against them. I feel like we're going to do okay. So energy, keep that up, keep it positive, because it could be negative. It could go all the way from here out the window. It doesn't matter. Go Cowboys. I see the Commanders this week. Go Commanders. I don't even like them, but I hate the Eagles. Thank you, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. Eric, you know what I'm talking about. And let's see this upset. I think if this is the biggest upset this weekend, I go and buy him like candy or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I would do. I'll send him postcards to Commander fans and stuff like that. But yeah, I have the Commanders this weekend, man. I hope so. Now, Julian, anything else you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, I got there's an upset parlay on FanDuel. I put $1 and you can win $3,359. Like, you know, that's a bag. You know, it's not a big bag, but, you know, that's a little bag.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta choose the Seahawks, the Houston, Detroit Lions over the Bears, Pittsburgh Steelers over New Orleans, Minnesota Vikings over the Buffalo Bills, Denver over Tennessee, Indianapolis Colts over the Las Vegas Raiders, Arizona Cardinals over the Rams, and Los Angeles Chargers over the San Francisco 49ers, which all those are kind of possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just put the $1. Fuck it, $1, and I can win 3,300. Yeah.
I was looking back, and I think we went like 7-3, 7-4. If I'm wrong, correct me, guys. And I see us this week maybe hitting another 7 wins. So we did all the games, guys. But if you think, you know, which game do we think, like, maybe out of 5 or out of 10, which is the most hard, or who's gonna win? Give us a shout out. But I would say that if you feel it's really hard, just stay away from it. You know what I mean? And just go with what you think is easier and fill a 2 or 3 team parlay. Anything else you want to say, Julian, before we go?
All I gotta say is, how about them Cowboys?
Cowboys, baby.
Let's go!